want you guys to learn something from my thought process here. There's a lot of ways I could take these calls. I could use this time as a chance to pitch. I could use this as a chance to bring strategic partners on to pitch their stuff and make a cut. I could talk about random shit that I could rip on forever that would probably be entertaining. But my underlying question every single week when I'm doing this call, when I'm preparing for this call is this. What do I need to say? What do I need to talk about? What do we need to teach on? What do we need to rip on to get you guys that are watching, and I appreciate you watching, but to get you guys that are watching to your next deal? I see some of you you've gotten deals already using my process. Great. Let's get you to another one and another one and another one. That's going to be what we talk about today, portion of it. Some of you guys are dabbling around. You're checking things out. Great. Let's get you to your first deal and get you hooked. Some of you guys are not sure what the hell's going on. Great. I want to get you to a deal. I want you to think, why is he talking about that specific thing? I believe my time is very valuable. I could spend this time other ways. And I appreciate you being here because I know you could spend it other ways as well. So let's make this productive. So I want to talk today about a topic that fascinates the living hell out of me. Okay. It fascinates me because of the possibilities that it brings. It fascinates me because of the way that it makes my mind start to think. And that's the concept of collapsing time. Doing more in less time, or doing the same amount in less time, which therefore actually means more because we're doing it in less time. This started for me back in 2020. I got my first flat fee deal using the results in advance method. And I totally used an idea that I heard of in another group. I spun it a little bit. There wasn't a lot of like coaching or instruction, and I just did it, and it worked like magic. And the pitch sucked. My allergies were bad. I remember like I was not even thinking about the call. I was just wiping my nose and trying not to look like a fool, coughing, had to take a break, and I still closed the deal. Everything was wrong about the deal, and I still closed the deal. That's the moment when like the light bulb went on. So that's what happened. And then I started thinking, holy crap, that was easy. That was really easy. That took 20 minutes. And then I got this wild hair. I was like, what if I took that same strategy and I was able to do $10,000 of new business in one single month by using results in advance? I mean, the close was like 20 minutes. So I think I could do 10K. At that time in my business, I was doing 10K. At this point, that sounds silly because of how much I'm doing. But at that time, that was like doubling my business. Guys, I'd been in business for a couple of years, and I got this wild hair and said, I think I can do in 30 days what I've done in 3 years, where I've gotten in 3 years. So it was like mind blowing. And it got me so pumped. And I kept hearing this term, collapse time, collapse time, collapse time. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. And so what I did is, it was very simple. I said, okay, my average deal size is this, $1,000 a month, right? So I sold Alex for. That's the guy that I sold in 2020. I said, it's $1,000 a month. Let's do some basic math. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, my close rate, let's assume it's this percentage. I had sites that I still needed sold. And I was scared to death because when I put out a goal, I go so hard that I will get like, I'll get exhausted, of course, but like I'll usually get sick after, and I'll get sick like for a week, like full week, because I don't sleep. And so I was nervous because if I was going to take that step, I was going to hit the goal. We set the goal. The last freaking day of the month, the last business day, it was a Friday, I closed the last deal, and we did $10,000 of new flat fee revenue in contracts on the last freaking day of the month. So imagine my mind. From 2016, I put my business on the shelf. I chased a software company, picked it back up at the end of 2017. All of the rest of 2017, all of 2018, all of 2019, damn near quit in 2019. And now I'm thinking, okay, I can do 10K. I can do what I did in 3 years in a month. And then I pull it off. Mind was blown, absolutely blown. We ended up doing $1 million that year. I didn't even know it by the way. I was just going. Everything blew up. Did $1 million. And then my dumbass starts chasing shiny objects again. Now, this time it was a little bit more grouped in, and I wasn't chasing other business opportunities per se. I wasn't going doing crypto and e-com and all this different stuff. I got lazy and I stopped doing the thing that worked. And I started saying, okay, I've got 50 clients. Let's go sell them swag. Let's go sell them call answering. Let's go white label a software. Let's go white label, go high level. Let's go hit everybody up for SEO. Let's go deep instead of wide. My dumbass did that. And I wasted between that and some personal stuff I was going through at the first of 2021. I didn't work the first quarter quarter of 2021. And then I cleaned up the mess that I created the first 3 months because I was trying to like add these other services and not work at the same time. For the first 6 months of 2021, I didn't do jack shit. I do all this good stuff in 2020. I don't do jack shit in the first half of the year. All I did was drive around in my car, talk on the phone, spend the money that I made. Luckily, I bought a couple of income producing assets, like a couple offices. However, I made a lot of stupid mistakes, did a lot of vacations and all that stuff. Finally pulled my head out of my ass last July. I was like, you're an idiot. Nick, you're an idiot. Remember last year when you did 10K? This is me talking to myself. Remember when you did 10K? Go do that. Go do that. And so I got another crazy idea that I was now gonna go August, September, October. I was like, hey, if I did 10K in a month, why can't I do 60K in 3 months, which is doubling what I did that 1 month and do it for 3 consecutive months. That was my crazy idea. I do some weird, crazy shit. And that was my idea. And I fully intended on doing it. August comes, or a couple days before, and I start looking at things and I start saying, okay, we don't have near as many sites to sell as we did before because we've rented most of them out. I'm only gonna pre-sell. And I started doing the numbers and I started realizing, okay, obviously for me to get 60K in 90 days, I need to average $20,000 per month. And I probably need to do a little more than 20 to account for cancellations, to account for these different things, right? I went and started doing the math. And this is where things started changing because I wanted to collapse time again. Now I wanted to double it. And as I started doing the math, I didn't have any more people. It was just me. I had a setter, but I was the only one closing deals. But now I had $1 million company. I had $100,000 a month that was coming in for the last year. So I had, not as much time. So I'm like, how am I going to pull this off? And as I started doing the math, I realized for me to get 20,000 or 22,000, we ended up doing 24 just to ruin the story, but we did 24 that month. But as I started doing the math, I realized if I stay at where I'm at and do the same type of deals that I've been doing as I did when I did 10K, I will never hit $20,000 in a month. I won't, because I would literally have to do a deal every single business day of the month. I would have to do that. And I just don't know if that's possible. It just was going to be too tight and too close. And this is where the story started.